So whether you call them jobbers or enhancement talent or the losers of the match against a very high level opponent, these type of wrestlers are in 2024 are getting more and more respected. In recent months, we're seeing more YouTubes talking about enhancement talent as basically the foundation of wrestling of the 60s, 70s, and 80s and 90s. It could be a Barry Horowitz or a Brooklyn Brawler or Iron Mike Sharp. But today we're going to be talking about enhancement talent that actually was a long-time WWE champion, but basically was part of some of the most interesting anti-Goldberg spins of the modern era. And it has to be the great Dwayne Gill, better known as Gilberg. Now, Gilberg, born in Glen Burnie, Maryland, July 10th, 1959, will be turning 65 this year. Again, he was best known for appearances in WWF during the Attitude Era under the ring name Gilberg, a parody of then rival promotion WCW's top star and champion Goldberg. During his tenure at WWF, he became a one-time light heavyweight champion. He held that crown for 15 months, becoming the longest reigning light heavyweight champion as recognized by WWE in the modern era. He eventually retired on February 28, 2020, 4 years ago. Now, he made a debut in the American independent scene as part of a mass tag team with Barry Harder called the Lords of Darkness, with Hardy billed as Agony and Gill billed as Pain. On August 2nd, 1991, they defeated the Cream Team, Dino Casanova and Rip Sawyer, become the Mid-Eastern Wrestling Federation's first ever tag team title holders. The Lords participated in 2 of 3 40-man battle royals held in 92, but in late 93 and early 84, he moved up and worked for ECW. Now, Gill, sometimes teaming with Barry Hardy, became a jobber with the WWF all the way in 91, usually appearing on WWF Superstars of Wrestling and WWF Wrestling Challenge, losing to the likes of The Undertaker, Kamala, High Energy, the Texas Tornado, Sergeant Slaughter, Jim Duggan, the Bushwhackers, and the Beverly Brothers. Gill and Hardy competed in the Battle Royal, becoming the second version of the Executioners, and took part in the 40-man Battle Royal won by Tatanka. Gill and Hardy then went back to the real names and began competing on Monday Night Raw as well as WWF Superstars against several other tag teams, losing to the likes of the Quebecers and the Steiner Brothers. One night they fought as the Toxic Turtles, dressed up as their own version of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and won a victory over Jobbers, but the gimmick was caught off. The Executioners split in early 94, and Hardy left the company on April 18th. Gill then began competing as an enhancement talent, losing to the likes of Mr. Perfect, 1-2-3 Kid, Razor Ramon, Doink, the British Bulldog, Tatanka, and Adam Bomb. He left the company soon after. Now, Gill made a one-time appearance for WCW, defeating Hugh Morris, ironically Goldberg's first victim on TV, by GQ on October 18, 1995, aired November 15th. Now, after WWF, Gill would mainly work in the independents in the East Coast in Canada, mostly as executioner. Now, when he presented him as Gilberg, it was kind of weird because with Goldberg's entrance was the big from the floor fireworks, and he'd be breathing smoke after it was done. But Gilberg would come out and do his own impersonation and try to do the moves with a very dramatic look, and he would have sparklers. And basically, it wasn't all stupid because that was Gilberg's gimmick, and for a lot of people, we really appreciate that he could come up with that parody character. Now, when he returned to WWF and later to WWE, he was part of the Job Squad in 98 and 99. In 98, Gill made his return to WWF at Survivor Series as Mankind's mystery opponent with a bald head. Vince McMahon seemingly facilitated Mankind's route to victory in a tournament for the vacant WWF Championship, as he appeared to be McMahon's favorite to win. McMahon built up the suspense for the entrance by referring to Gill as a wrestler with an unmatched win-loss record. Although the statement was implied that Mankind's opponent was one more than he lost in his career, the exact opposite was true, and Gill was squashed by Mankind. He later joined the Job Squad with Al Snow, Scorpio, and Bob Holly. Now, during this time, he became notable for ending Mark Mero's career when Mero challenged him to a match, announcing to the crowd he would retire from wrestling if he could not beat Gill. Gill won the match with some help from the Job Squad, and Mero left the WWF. although he did not legit retire, but we never saw him again, so he was out the door. Now, on November 23rd, 98, Gill won the light heavyweight championship after defeating, of all people, Christian on Raw. After a successful defense against Matt Hardy on Sunday Night Heat on December 13, 98, he was given his most notable gimmick, Gilberg, a parody of rival promotion WCW Wrestling's champion, Goldberg. When he became Gilberg, the original plan of the Bookers was repeatedly to have him lose 173 consecutive matches, parodying Goldberg's alleged winning streak of 173. The Gilberg character parodied numerous other aspects of Goldberg's character, such as his entrance being accompanied by the pre-recorded sound of the crowd chanting Gilberg, which was an allusion to WCW's alleged use of pre-recorded chants in Goldberg's usual entrance, and stagehands that would hold up sparklers, parodying Goldberg's pyrotechnics, and then spray the entranceway with fire extinguishers. He also had a dotted line tattoo on his right arm, parodying Goldberg's tribal tattoo, and would use the catchphrase, "Who's first?" in reference to not only Goldberg's catchphrase, "Who's next?" but also the fact that Gill would lose to each and every one of his opponents. Now, he made his Royal Rumble debut in 1999, but was immediately eliminated by Edge. Gill's only victory as Gilberg came on February 8, 1999 edition of Raw, when he defeated Goldust with help from former Job Squad member, the Blue Meanie, who was feuding with Goldust at the time. By April 99, he was taken off the main roster and worked in less matches. Gill eventually lost to Tiger Ali Singh at the pay-per-view No Mercy in UK. He competed for the WWF Championship against Triple H in a losing effort on the August 29, 99 edition of SmackDown, and for the remainder of 99, he continued working in Maryland and the Independents. Now, when he still came to the ring with the belt, the light heavyweight championship was all but forgotten, as Gill seldom defended the title on TV or at house shows. After being off of WWF television for several months, Gill returned on February 13, 2000 episode of Sunday Night Heat for one final match in order to lose the championship to the debuting Rios. Upon losing the title, Gill's reign ended in 15 months, making him the longest reigning light heavyweight champion in WWF history. Now, after leaving the WWF, he continued to use the Gilberg gimmick on the independent circuit, most prominently for Maryland Championship Wrestling, until retiring in 2003. Now, when Goldberg came to WWE in 2003, his first feud was against The Rock, who on an April 21st, 2003 episode of Raw brought in Gill, once again under his Gilberg gimmick, to mock Goldberg. After beating up The Rock's security guards, who were trying to apprehend him for interrupting a concert dedicated to him, Gilberg attacked Goldberg, which prompted Goldberg to begin choking him. The Rock then attacked Goldberg from behind, after which both Gilberg and The Rock quickly ran out of the arena to avoid further conflict. Now, on December 10, 2007, Gill, now sporting two new tattoos on his left deltoid, returned to WWE under his Gilberg name and gimmick for the 15th anniversary of Raw. During the show, he participated in a gimmick 15-man battle royal against 14 other former Raw wrestlers, but was the first man eliminated only a few seconds into the match by everyone. In 2016, Gill returned to WWE, where he made a brief appearance on the Edge and Christian show. Gilberg then made a surprise appearance on the February 13, 2017 episode of Raw, coming to the ring in place of Goldberg before being attacked by Kevin Owens. Now, in the January 18, 2021 episode of Raw, Gilberg returned. John Morrison and The Miz teased that Goldberg would be on their talk show segment, The Dirt Sheet, but instead Gilberg came to the ring and had a short segment with a fake Drew McIntyre, played by Dave Krumholtz. Now, in 2009, Gill came out of retirement yet again and reunited with Barry Hardy. They disbanded in 2011. Now, on February 28, 2018, Gill won the IWC high-stakes title from independent wrestler Bulk Nasty. He was later challenged by former WWE enhancement talent James Ellsworth for a title match on March 17th, which Gill lost. On April 1st, 2018, Gill teamed with Ellsworth to win the ACW Tag Team Championships. On February 28, 2020, he wrestled his last match against Ellsworth at an adrenaline wrestling show, winning the contest. This in his early 60s, ladies and gentlemen. He was a very in-shape guy. Now, Gill is married and has two beautiful adult children and a granddaughter. Now, he eventually operated an independent wrestling school Severn, Maryland. No, I hope it's a relation to Dan Severn. Named Gilberg's Pro Wrestling Academy that opened in July 2010. Unfortunately, on November 25th, 2020, he suffered a major heart attack, but fortunately for all of us, he eventually recovered. Now, Dwayne Gilberg, no matter what you use him, to me is one of the most important enhancement wrestlers of the modern era. To put up with all that crap and to get paid for it, and you know, if you're the joke is not just on us and on him. If he got paid good money for doing that, and nobody thinks any less of him, and we don't really look him as making a fun. He's sort of the Mad Magazine version of Goldberg, and I hope you take it the right way. Everybody was taking Goldberg so fucking seriously over the years, but as soon as Gilberg showed up, anybody can be parodied, and the Goldberg character needed parodying. I tell you why. In Canada, this is the fucker that injured Bret Hart and ruined his career. So he's no fan to us. But Gilberg basically saying, let's look another way at this character, and is it really real or is it just kayfabe, as we say? But like I said, a very, very pound for pound, one of the most important wrestlers of the modern era, because without enhancement talent, where would certain of these up and coming stars go? A lot of belts we have to go over, and let's look at this. Adrenaline Championship Wrestling, light heavyweight title winner once, tag team title winner once with James Ellsworth. Atlantic States Wrestling Alliance, tag team title winner twice with Agony. East Coast Pro Wrestling, one-time tag team title winner with Executioner 2. Eastern Wrestling Federation, one time for the tag team title with, again, Agony. International Wrestling Cartel, high stakes championships once. Maryland Championship Wrestling, MCW Hall of Fame 2009. Mid-Eastern Wrestling Federation, MEWF tag team title winner once with, of course, his good pal Agony. NWA New Jersey, Junior Heavyweight Championship once. Biggest rating for him, he was 120 in the PWI 500 in 1999. World Wrestling Alliance, World Tag Team title winner, 3 times with Barry Hardy and twice with Wayne Gill. And of course, World Wrestling Federation, the WWF Light Heavyweight Championship, one time winner. Now, the idea about 2024 in wrestling, he would be used more often, but I mean, no offense, he's getting up there in age. He was in the 1990s, early 2000s, as popular as he was well known. He was a household name for a lot of people. And like I said, Goldberg needed to be brought down a few pegs. And Gilberg came out to basically saying anybody can play this character. There's a lot of independents that try to have a body mass. And I mean, Ryback and different people have played the Goldberg character. But Gilberg was playing himself, playing Goldberg. It was very meta, if that makes any sense. And Dwayne Gilberg, whatever, you can always say this is a person that touched the lives of children and adults throughout the world, because we was our hero. We took up for him. We wanted to see him best. And he won the occasional match too, which is quite interesting, which a good jobber always does every once in a while. So that's the story of the great Gilberg. That's a good name, a great Gilberg from now on. Let's call him the real great one, Gilberg. By the way, little talk about this week, him copywriting the term the Rock, Rocky Maivia. There's only one Rock. It's Newfoundland and Labrador. So get your own fucking tag name. Don't work in Canada. You wouldn't be able to copyright that in Canada. So I don't. As a person who was born to a Canadian, he's fucking stupid, isn't he? So the Rock is not only stupid, he's stupid. That's all I can say. Not knowing the Rock is what we call Newfoundland, Canada. Go fuck yourself. Anyway, if you like what we're doing here with our WWF podcast and commentary, like I just did, let me know what a like, comment, subscribe, or share. And requests are always highly anticipated and always highly considered. By the way, Rocky Maivia there, you better watch your back. Canada's coming to get you. It might revoke that citizenship that you're going to have to get revoked if you run for president. Have a good one. Bye.